I got it. I got both of us good.
Yeah.
Stop it after our debate. The debate, and we'll start it again. So we can put that on YouTube.
Oh.
You and me talking about LeBron.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I got it.
All right. Don't worry about that. We can rip the video off. Once you put it on YouTube, we can rip the audio off from there. We are recording here, right?
Yeah, we're streaming.
All right. Good Saturday morning. Welcome to the Saturday Sports Page. I am Tom Schmitz, coming to you live from the palatial studios of WOCA Radio, just outside the food court entrance to the Paddock Mall in the Brick City, beautiful Ocala, Florida, on a lovely Saturday morning. It is 10 o'clock in the morning, about 10:01 now, 10:02, something like that. I'm joined by Luke Sylvia. Luke, good morning.
Morning, Tom. How are you?
You know, I'm looking for a tea time.
Are you?
Yeah, it's going to be, I love Muni, and we're going to talk to Chris Halley of Ocala Golf Club a little later, but every now and then you want to change it up, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I think I'm still probably going to play Muni today.
Yeah, I'm not really surprised.
Unless I can find something, on golfnow.com, but probably going to play Muni.
Mm-hmm.
I was coming in today, and can I just go ahead and say, we go to NBC Sports June 1st.
Right.
And I'm looking forward to the move to NBC Sports because of horse racing and everything. But my favorite show on radio, period, not named The Voice of Ocala, Southern Pigskin Tonight, or the Saturday Sports Show, or Buddy Sports Page. My favorite show, on, especially national-wise, might surprise you. It's not Colin Cowherd. It's not Dan Patrick. It's not Newey Scruggs or any of Arnie Spanier, any of those. I like the Saturday morning show, The Fellas, with Lincoln Kennedy and Anthony Gargano. It's a really good show.
It is. They've got a good group of guys there.
To the point where I go back and podcast it on Mondays. And that's what I use in 30-minute increments during my workouts on the treadmill. I listen, and it takes me through the whole week because it's a 4-hour program.
Right.
So it gets me through the whole week of working out on the treadmill.
Mm-hmm.
This morning, they were debating a subject that you and I are going to talk about because I think it deserves our opinion, our thought process, because it's one of those discussions that will never have a right or wrong answer. But it's one that will be debated till the end of time. And it's the greatness of LeBron James. LeBron James last night, along with his teammates, by the way, Kevin Love, Kyrie Irving, and a cast of thousands with the Cleveland Cavaliers, decimated the Toronto Raptors at home. They got on them quick, early, stayed on them, never let off the gas. And I think, what was it, 113 to 86 or something? What was the score?
Yeah. It was
113 to 85 it was something ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay. Toronto, they're like their namesake, the Raptors, because Cleveland made them extinct last night. Okay, it was that easy.
Well, and there was a tweet from a talking head who I never agree with. I rarely agree with, Skip Bayless.
Yeah.
He tweeted something that I could agree with. He said, secretly the Raptors want this to be over because they don't want to be embarrassed at the Q for Game 7.
They don't.
They wouldn't want them that.
No.
They wanted it to be over last night.
They did. So the Raptors are done in 6 games. 2 more games than I thought it would be. And everybody else. But then the question comes up, because this is the 6th straight finals for LeBron James. First time an NBA player has been to 6 straight finals since the 1960s, when a host of Boston Celtics did it when they were in the middle of their 11 titles in a row run. So everybody talks about how this is a historical. It's first time in 50 years. Okay, it's not historical. He's been to 6 straight finals. 6. The Celtics went to 11. Okay, so Bill Russell has 11 rings. Okay, so don't start with it's historical. It's not. Then the question comes up, well, is LeBron underrated? And now, you could make an argument LeBron's underrated because this is a guy, his senior year of high school was put on Sports Illustrated as the next coming of Michael Jordan. And he's kind of lived up to the hype Sports Illustrated put on him.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say so much as underrated as I would hated.
And he's hated for one reason and one reason only, because he went on national television with Jim Gray with an earpiece in his ear and said, "I'm taking my talents to South Beach."
He was young and he was stupid, and that was awful. That was awful, by the way. I do not support. I've not met anybody who supports that at all by any means.
Well, here's the thing. How you doing? My name's Tom Schmidt. It's good to see you. Shake my hand. Good to meet you. Because I saw absolutely zero wrong with it. And I'm going to tell you why. It's a day and age of where everything is done in the media. Everything. And what people get so upset with LeBron James. He did this. Why did he have to go on national TV and do this? You know why he had to go on national TV and do it? Because they paid him to do it, and he donated that $1 million to the Boys and Girls Club. That gets lost in all this. People say LeBron James, he belittled Cleveland by going on TV and saying he was taking the thing. ESPN came to him, said, "Hey, how about we put a show together? You don't tell anybody your decision, not even us. We'll pay you to come on and reveal, just like they do with kids that are going to, what college are you going to, what hat are you going to put on. You'll reveal you're the biggest free agent move since Kobe almost left in 2004. Mm-hmm. So if we pay you and we create this hour-long show, are you in?" LeBron James said, "Don't pay. You can pay me, but the money, don't give it to me. Give it to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Cleveland, and I'll do it." ESPN agreed to it. LeBron James goes on and they make this hour-long television production, which is what we do in this day and age. Mm-hmm. Hello, reality TV. And people are hating on LeBron without any mention that he gave $1 million to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Cleveland.
And then that poses a question, real quick, before we get further into this. Does ESPN have to do with the hate for certain star players?
Of course it does.
And
of course it does.
And I've seen that. I've seen that a lot, especially recently. You've had the rise of Stephen Curry in the past couple of years. They absolutely beat his name over and over and over on SportsCenter. And all you see on their social media pages, everything like that, is, oh, another Steph Curry thing. Steph Curry loses a game, and they're glorifying him.
Let me tell you how I know this is to be fact. Has nothing to do with basketball. Buddy and I and JJ LaSalva did a show about 3 years ago, a Voice of Ocala show, 4 years ago now, where Buddy pointed out, and it was all over social media at the time, that SportsCenter, in a 1 hour SportsCenter, 1 hour, said the name Tim Tebow over 140 times. Mm-hmm. Remember when Tim Tebow was coming out of college as the greatest football player ever? By the way, Herschel Walker. But anyway, and I know I'm a Florida fan, and my friends are going to say, "Well, how you said Georgia's best player ever, Herschel Walker?" And Bo Jackson could be argued long before Tim Tebow. But anyway, ESPN sent. There were people outside of Denver. But they did a whole thing where Skip Bayless and all of them flew out to Denver and did a show about Tim Tebow in Denver before he ever played a down in the NFL. They had whole shows dedicated to whether Tim was good enough or not good enough. The guy, I can't ever remember his name. Buddy would know it right away. We'll ask Buddy when we get him on the phone. Merrill Hodge did a whole 15-minute segment on why Tim Tebow was horrible. You were inundated with Tim Tebow through ESPN. ESPN, yes, they are own some of the culpability of the hatred of sports athletes in this world.
Specifically LeBron James right now.
Yes, specifically LeBron James. And it's going to happen to Steph Curry.
Yeah.
It hasn't happened yet, but it's going to happen.
I've seen it gradually start to happen, and people are starting to
It happened to Tim Tebow.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and it's a backlash. It's kind of like the presidential election. It's a vote against ESPN by hating these players. Like, let me ask you this: when was the last time you watched SportsCenter?
Last time I watched it,
Yeah, watched it from well, good morning, welcome to SportsCenter till the top 10 plays and
No.
at end of the show. When was the last time you watched SportsCenter?
I can't even tell you. I catch bits and pieces because they drone on about things and they just continue to go on, and I can't watch the whole thing.
I have not watched a SportsCenter. I can guarantee you in over 5 years, from beginning to end.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
I watch FS1's show all the time. It's 30 minutes. It's great. They give you all the stuff you need. You get the box score. You get what happened the night before. It's great. Hadn't watched SportsCenter and their commentary in, I know, over 5 years. So, yeah, they are culpable in LeBron James' hatred. So now the question comes, is LeBron James the greatest of all time? He's 6 times he's been to the finals in a row. Will he ever be considered the greatest because of what happened in Cleveland, the way he left? And then people say, he's from Cleveland. No, he's not. He's from Akron. It's an hour away. Stop. Okay? That's like if I was all world and I was from Athens, Georgia, and I went and played for the Atlanta Falcons in football, and then I left in free agency. Oh, but he's from Atlanta. No, I'm not. I'm from Athens. You know what I mean? It's dumb to say he's from Cleveland, so he owes the city of Cleveland something. He doesn't owe the city of Cleveland anything. But for people to say that they're angry because how he left Cleveland, now he's back in Cleveland, everybody dislikes him, and why should he say he's the greatest ever? First off, let the man finish his career before we even start worrying about whether he's the greatest ever. Where do you come down on that, Luke? Should we even have the discussion of greatest ever at this point?
No, and I think that ruins a lot of appreciation that people should have for the career of LeBron James. I think the comparison game makes people hate LeBron James. It makes Michael Jordan advocates, lovers.
Which I am, by the way.
Right, yeah. So it makes those people absolutely despise LeBron James.
It makes Kobe lovers despise LeBron James.
The comparison game is a dangerous and tricky game to play when it comes to sports because you can't do it yet.
And now people are starting to say Steph Curry may be one of the greatest ever. Seriously?
No, he might go back to his rookie season and have some injuries and never play another season. So
he may end up being one of the greatest pure shooters ever to play the game.
Yep, I think he solidified that.
But we get caught up in this greatest ever question, and people say, I heard Anthony Gargano right before I came on the air today. He said, "Yeah, but LeBron left Cleveland. Kobe never left never left the Lakers. Michael never left Chicago." Kobe almost left in 2004. He demanded a trade in 2012. Okay? Michael Jordan damn sure left the Chicago Bulls and went and played baseball for 2 seasons. Okay?
Yeah.
Because you want to talk about greatness, Michael would have been to the finals 8 years in a row if he had to went to go play baseball because he was distraught over the passing of the murder of his father and decided he had to go. Unlike conspiracy theorists who think he left because David Stern was going to suspend him for gambling, which was ludicrous. But anyway, Michael Jordan left the Chicago Bulls. Mm-hmm. So for people to hate on LeBron James because he left Cleveland, to me, is wrong. For people to hate on LeBron James because ESPN, puts him up as a demigod is wrong. But it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's inevitable.
It's inevitable. Is what he did last night great? 6 finals in a row. That's really, really good.
It's not something to turn your nose up at.
No, it's really, really good.
It doesn't matter how poorly the Eastern Conference plays. The man has made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, regardless of his teammates, 6 years in a row.
And made it to the NBA Finals every one of those years.
Yep.
Okay? I'm just saying, I think people hate LeBron, and it's not LeBron's fault completely.
And it doesn't matter what team he's on. It doesn't matter. They're going to go to the finals.
They're going to go to the finals. We're going to take a break. We come back. Buddy Martin joins the show. We'll ask Buddy that question. Is ESPN culpable in some hatred, in some of the hatred that gets put out towards professional athletes? Plus, we'll ask Buddy. Too early to start talking about the greatest and how he feels about LeBron. And we'll find out what his column's going to be about this week on gridironnow.com and southernpigskin.com. All that coming up. Plus, Chris Halley of the Ocala Golf Club. You want to talk comparisons? Chris Halley and I are going to discuss the comparisons that are being made. There are some people out there that say Jason Day is as good as Tiger Woods. We'll talk about that. Plus, replay. We'll end the show with replay and how it saved a situation last night and how, thank goodness, baseball finally gets it right and understands replay is important, like all the other sports have been doing for years. All that today on the Saturday Sports Page, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source. Yeah, do I think it was stupid he went on TV and said, I'm taking my thing to South Beach? Oh, it was ridiculous. But do I think it was his idea? And do I think he saw a chance to give $1 million to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Cleveland? That's what people never put in that story. Oh, I hate the way LeBron did that. He gave $1 million from that. He made $1 million from ESPN, and he gave it all to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Cleveland.
Yeah, he doesn't determine anything that gets put on him anywhere, publicity-wise.
Hey, and let's be honest. I promise you, there's not a person at the Boys and Girls Clubs in Cleveland that dislike LeBron. There's like LeBron courts, there's LeBron basketballs.
If you missed Buddy Sports Page recently, longtime columnist Dave Kendrick talked about the relationship between Pee Wee Reese and Jackie Robinson of the Brooklyn Dodgers.
It's like hearing yourself on the radio, don't you?
Yeah, turn up a little bit.
We gotta put we gotta cut this, and I gotta cut a promo about Dr. Marshall Marsh being there. Memorial Day thing.
The exhibition was in Atlanta. Robinson received a letter saying that
My girlfriend was like,
he showed up on the field.
she was bugging me about wanting to go to the beach today. I was like,
Bro, not on a Saturday Memorial Day weekend.
beaches are gonna be terrible.
They'd be terrible.
She's like, but you never take me to the beach. No, I'm not going to the beach.
You know.
I'm going. We're going to my friend's house. She's gonna lay out with my friend's mom, and that's what's gonna happen.
You know what I'm doing tonight?
What are you doing?
Tomorrow, I mean.
Oh, tonight you better watch the Oklahoma City game.
You know what I'm doing tomorrow.
For
Going
all
to
the
Disney.
latest sports news, you can hear it all on Buddy Sports Page.
Going to Disney?
No, we're going to
right here on the Source.
Orlando Point.
Michelob
Really?
Ultra is more than a superior light beer. It's taking
Yeah,
it
buddy
all
on the
the way
phone.
past
I'm
off,
getting it.
like catching a wave or biking a long trail. But when you're done, you reach for a cold Michelob Ultra. Fewer carbs.
I'll never forget Buddy's phone number as long as I
More
live.
to look forward to. Michelob Ultra.
No, you'll know it.
Huh?
You'll know it forever.
Enjoy responsibly. Michelob Ultra Light Beer, 95 calories, 2.6 carbs, 0.6 grams of protein, and 0 grams fat for 12 ounces serving. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
All right, buddy. We'll give you a call back then.
What did he say?
All right. Sounds good. He said he needs 5 minutes, but he said 10 would be better.
Please leave your message for 678-851-7348.
Could you have Chris Halley on now?
Yeah, let me call Chris and see if he can come on now.
Buddy said he's booking that flight. Music's up.
Bring it back. Let me get Chris, see if I can call him right now. Hey, can I call you right now instead of...
Welcome back to the Saturday Sports Page. I am Luke Sylvia, filling in for Tom Schmitz for the few moments. He stepped out of the room for a second, but now he is back.
Yeah, I had to make arrangements. We had to have a change of guest order. Chris Halley of Ocala Golf Club is going to come on with us at 10:15 or 10:20 now, and Buddy Martin will be on with us later in the show. Buddy's still dealing. If you listen to the Voice of Ocala, you know Buddy's been he's been having a good time with booking travel arrangements and everything for an upcoming trip to go see his family. So he's dealing with that this morning. I think he was said something about he was on hold for an hour and 10 minutes yesterday just on hold. So Buddy Martin at 10:30. We got Chris Halley though of the Ocala Golf Club.
Stand by for him.
Muni for those of us who affectionately love the place and play golf out there. He joins us now. Chris, good morning to you. So Chris, let's get an argument going with you and I, because you're a Nike guy. You got a you Nike out, and you're a Tiger Woods apologist. That'd be fair to say you're a Tiger Woods apologist. I mean, you think Tiger Woods the greatest golfer ever to play the game? Is that fair enough to say? We all know Jack Nicklaus is much better than Tiger Woods, but we'll let you. That's for another. Well, no, for the old folks, Arnold Palmer's the greatest golfer ever. Okay. For guys like me, it's Jack Nicklaus. For guys like you, who obviously spent some time in Flint, Michigan, drinking the water or something, it's Tiger Woods. Okay, so. But I think you and I can both agree that we need to tap the brakes a little bit. I watched this. I watched somebody. Who was it that talked about? I can't remember. It was on the Golf Channel. I can't really remember who it was right now, but they said he does not like Tiger. I think it actually was Brandel Chamblee. He says after Jason Day had won his 7th tournament in 17 tries, he said the conversation can now begin about Jason Day taking over the mantle from Tiger Woods as the greatest golfer on tour. Now, the way he said it, he didn't say the greatest golfer ever. He said greatest golfer on tour, because I think that's a shot saying Tiger Woods wasn't on tour at the time. Can we tap the brakes a little on Jason Day being the next Tiger Woods, please? 7 times in his career, he won 7 of 17 tournaments. Let that wash over you. That's like when people say, Jack Nicklaus, Tiger's chasing Jack. I always say, yeah, but Jack finished 2nd in the majors 19 times. I know what you say, yeah, but Jack only had to beat 4 or 5 people. We've had that argument before, you and I. But when people start talking about majors, that's the way you can do that. Well, when people start talking about Jason Day, 7 of 17, Tiger did that 7 times in his career. How many cuts has Tiger missed in his entire career? How many cuts has Jason Day missed in one season? So Tiger's missed 15 in 1 year in his career. Jason missed 15 in 1 year. Why is it that we're so quick to want to have the next, like it's LeBron James was the next Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant was the next Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods the next Jack Nicklaus, Jason Day, Jordan Spieth, Rory McIlroy, Jason Day, they're all the next Tiger Woods. Why are we so quick to want to have the next? It make like the sport you and I have a passion for, and it seems like that everybody in this area all of a sudden has a passion for. Although, the season's over now, so you can put your Tampa Bay Lightning stuff up. You people that just bought brand new hats, you can put those up. But that was a. Yeah, if you saw on the news your Penguins won, then you're not a Penguins fan, because I'm not a Penguins fan, you're not a Penguins fan, and we both watched the Penguins beat the Tampa Bay Lightning because we're hockey fans. But they do it with Sid the Kid. He's the next Wayne Gretzky. We always want to have the next. Tom Brady's the next Joe Montana. Although Tom Brady's very good, I could make the argument Joe Montana's better. This is a never-ending discussion. We're going to have a who's the greatest, and it's because of, like you said, we want dominance, and every time that the next generation has someone dominant, they have to say our guy's better than your guy. So, speaking of dominance, let's talk about a golf course that has dominated me for years, and it's still kicking my butt. But some big changes coming up in the next few days at Ocala Golf Club that you need to make people aware of.
Yeah. We're going through offering special rates there. We are going to roll so that we very flexible for everybody coming into that time of year. So that's going to start on Tuesday and run through Friday. We back rolling green by the weekend. More than good by the following weekend. Back at the season, we have a lot of lunch specials going out. A lot of stuff happening in the food and beverage area. We have a new food and beverage director. The menu is changing. There's a barbecue from the weekend. Every Friday, Saturday, Sunday from 10:30 through about 3 o'clock. It's only $7, $5, $20. So, lots of positive.
Now? Are y'all offering summer leagues out there now that the time change is kicked in? It's staying it's staying daylight till almost 8:30, 8:45. Do you have summer leagues that are going?
We actually do. We have leagues going on Thursday night. One has their football team, and then we have summer leagues that happen on Thursday night. But that one's already full. I'm working on getting some feedback from the public on whether we want to do another night league. That would be like on Monday. And we're going to have a Friday night scramble. And get one draw and playing that. So obviously, it's playing and we're going to try to get some people out here. We'll have some fun with that scramble night of the season.
A Friday night scramble. See that? Because I do trivia 4 nights a week, but Friday nights I'm wide open. A Friday night scramble would be good for me, although my game is terrible. How about an F? Could you give me an F spot? Hey, are you available now? I know you do a lot there at the golf club as the head professional, but are you available for lessons?
All the time. I can take my own schedule, so usually whatever works for you, I can make work.
And it's quite affordable if you buy like 3 of them at a time or something, probably.
Right, 5 3 get one for $40 an hour.
Chris Halley, the head golf professional at Ocala Golf Club here in Ocala. Chris, before I let you go, I need a prediction. The hockey world is waiting. You going with the San Jose Sharks or are you going with the Pittsburgh Penguins?
I'm going with the San Jose Sharks for a couple of reasons.
So you're kind of picking the hockey turnout like people pick horse races. One horse looks like he runs faster than another horse. By the way, he walks. So sharks eat penguins. So you're going with that.
Well, the Sharks, we all know how to play that.
Well, unless the Rangers are in the finals, it's really not. It's really just watching and crying because my heart's been ripped out. Year after year. Chris Halley, the head golf professional. Go see him at Ocala Golf Club. They're going to do aerification starting on Tuesday. They're going to. I think you're closing 9 holes at a time, so there will be 9 holes open at all times during the aerification. Correct?
That is correct.
And they'll be back up and running full speed on the weekend. And hopefully everything will work out. The grass will come in great, and we will have some great rounds of golf out there. Go see the folks at Ocala Golf Club. Chris, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks so much, Tom.
Chris Halley, the Ocala Golf Club. Can take a break. When we come back, hopefully Buddy Martin has worked out his problems with the airlines and has not, just pulled all his hair out over the just horrible dealings that you have to go through to fly in this country these days. Coming up next, Buddy Martin right here on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we provide a quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
The many causes of back pain vary, some of which can be very scary. Whether you're tweaking down lower just above your cheek, acupuncture can help ensure that you have a pain-free week. Come see me, Dr. Erica Olstein, at A Better You Healthcare, just off of 27th Avenue behind the Paddock Mall. Call today to set your acupuncture appointment. Call 352-615-5566 and visit abetteryouhealthcare.com.
Better hurry.
With Robert Ball. So rule number one is always shop around. If you're trying to get a mortgage, if you're trying to get the best credit card, if you're looking at student loans, cell phone bills, you name it. Rule number one is always shop around. Always shop around.
That's rule number one. Just one more vital part of fighting back does not mean that financial does not mean. Yes, you can take the mystery out of the complicated world. Finances take charge when it comes to your money. Listen in on The Source, 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
Hey, this is Tom. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Wonderful. What's it look like about 12:15?
You're okay. I got a group going on at 12:30, and I'm pretty much wide open till 2, bud.
Yeah, 'cause there's just two of us.
All right.
So,
about 12:15.
Yeah, somewhere around in there. That'd be great.
All right, we can do that. What's the last name?
Schmitz, SCHMITZ.
S
CH.
I-T-Z. Tom.
That's me.
All right, Tom. You're all set, my man.
Thank you.
You're welcome. See you later, bud.
Bye.
Bye.
Bud. All right. 45 seconds.
Yeah, I guess I'll be playing it. Uni.
I played Scott Kerrigan last night.
Uh-huh. I need to come start playing basketball again.
Hey, buddy. All right, we got 30 seconds. All right, stand by.
You know what? I mean, start come playing basketball. You ain't ready for this kind of banging.
Yeah. I started out 0 for 2 last night shooting threes. Then I backed up, and this kid was like, "Oh, 0 for 2." He was like on the bench, and I hit a 3, and I just looked at him. Then I hit 6 straight, won the game-winning 3.
How long? What do y'all play till?
We played the first game to 16, the rest to 12 by 1s and 2s.
So a 3-pointer's a 2-pointer.
Music set, buddy's on the line.
Welcome back to the Saturday Sports page. I'm Tom Schmitz, Luke Sylvia in studio with me, and on the phone, a man who has probably been just through the ringer this morning already, continuing a just experience that has been putting him through the ringer all week. Buddy Martin on the line. Buddy, do you have bruises and cuts and all from the dealings with the airlines?
So, Tom, I got some good news for you. I finally found somebody to do it. You know, harrowing experience I've had all week.
Oh, yeah.
Multiple times on hold with Howard. I won't go into the rest of it. Get the information wrong, get him on flight. It's for that night. I mean, absolutely crazy. On a whim today, I called about a flight. I must have mentioned the airline. Southwest, check on something. This unbelievable lady named Ellen. My wife was walking. Resolved every problem I had, and also can we get this? Booked a flight for me so I can go from Denver to LA for $100.
Wow. Wait, $100 each or $100 total?
$100 total.
Wow, a $50 one way from Denver to Los Angeles.
Right. And I actually had 6,000 miles I've had for 5 years in use. Not enough to get a ticket with it, but I wanted to get something to sell other than 5,000. So I'll change one ticket. And the other things were going to $107. So $107 for 2 tickets, Denver to LA. And I said, while you're at it, go ahead and book me from LA out to Dallas to see Mr. Bradshaw. So I went ahead and booked those stuff right there, and like the boat deal, and luckily I got that. But you know what it said like this week? I mean, I hate to complain about it on the radio, but I'm just so thankful. Running into somebody, you know what's thankful to me? Finally meet somebody, getting smart, getting listen, and respond. That is a real treasure.
Yeah, buddy, it's called Tom. Oh, Tom James. There you go. See, I was thinking of Tom Ingram, but okay. All right. That's the only ones I could think of. Tom's Chips. They're pretty smart and informative.
I'm looking forward to July. I'm looking forward to July, getting back here and getting rolling with you guys. And I can't wait to be able to call you an old
Yeah, the AARP moment is on its way. It's on its way. Yeah, it's on its way. The half a century is in the sights. Well, anything you can do to help me along in the pilgrimage of old age, I'll be happy with. Yeah, I really should. Buddy, the conversation I was listening to, the show that's on Fox Sports as I was coming in this morning here on our radio station, it's The Fellas with Anthony Gargano and Lincoln Kennedy. Lincoln Kennedy, a former NFL star, Hall of Famer, and Anthony Gargano is a Philadelphia radio talk show host, a weekday talk show host, but they do a weekend show. And they were debating the hatred and the just way people do not like LeBron James. And Luke and I continued that discussion on the show, and Luke asked me a question that you would be able to answer very well. He said, do you think ESPN is culpable in some of the hatred for athletes in recent memory? And I immediately thought of a show you and JJ LaSalva and I did 4 years ago now about ESPN and how they single-handedly, in my opinion, helped push the hatred of Tim Tebow. Do you think ESPN, with the way remember that show, what they do, 147 times they mentioned Tim Tebow at a Sports Center? Do you think ESPN has some culpability in the way people perceive or dislike athletes in our time right now? I do. Okay. They certainly do, and every time they talk about LeBron and why he's so disliked, the only thing they can bring up about what he's done that doesn't sit well with people was his hour-long TV show with Jim Gray about the decision to take his talents, which that phrase will be one of the phrases of this generation. I'm taking my talents to South Beach, and everybody tears him down for that, without realizing that that was ESPN's idea. They came to LeBron and said, can we do this? LeBron said, they said, we'll pay you. And LeBron said, whatever we agree on payment, you give that to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Cleveland, and I'll do it. So people vilify LeBron James for something that was created by ESPN, and all the money that was created from it went to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Cleveland.
Right. You didn't hear the conversation that you were
Well, people are saying that he has a historic run, 6 finals in a row as a player, and that it's the first time it's happened in 50 years, and it's historical. And they're making such a big deal out of how historical it is. I may be wrong, buddy. I may be the just looking for something here wrong, but I think that slaps in the face of saying it's historical of the guys that were on those 11 teams with the Celtics that won 11 years in a row.
Well, here's the difference. It's a milestone. It doesn't replace what the Celtics did. It's just, you're a historian. You know what milestones are.
Right.
One step, 4 steps. How many more is he going to win? How many more finals do they fill? But we're clearly seeing exceptional athletes. By the way, I don't want to call him to be in jail or handcuffed or
Nope. That's a whole different thing. You know, I was reminded last year at Big 12 Media Days. I was reminded. I heard it on a radio program yesterday at last night this was last year at Media Days for Big 12 when Art Browse was asked about a guy who was facing prison time and was on trial for rape, and Art Browse said, "Let's just talk about football. That's all I want to talk about is football." That sums up what happened at Baylor.
Yeah, and if he's culpable, certainly on that. Is he an evil person? I don't think he's an evil person. I think he kind of sold himself out a little bit when he was Joe Hart during that game.
Yeah.
He was Joe Hart. I like that. I hope he knows who Joe Hart is. Think Luke knows who Joe Hart is?
Luke has no clue who Joe Hardy is.
Google Joe Hart is that game. Yeah, anyway, so that's, and by the way, that's kind of a tricky way of being at my college, which is going to be posted today or tomorrow. The handle right now. On the subject we had on our show, something called Nights on Colors. We'll get the colors of the thing. We talked about Urban Meyer, how he lose the orange, he referred to the red, the travel aspect. There's one more twist I have at the bottom, which is that something about the show. I'm proposing that given all the money they have for uniforms, that all the Power 5 teams are so rich, buy one all-pink uniform. I'm dead serious. I'm not kidding. One all-pink uniform, and play one game a year in team out of respect for women, out of show their awareness, brutality, the things that are happening with sexual conduct of football players. They should be not just stand for something. You know, red, white, and blue are great colors. You know, they stand for our country and our patriotism. Let's stand for something in our college football today by recognizing we've been doing this wrong and we're going to get rid of this culture. Where's the next helping uniform going to remind yourself of? Obviously, we're living in the dark.
I couldn't agree with you more, buddy. Where can we find your column this weekend?
Well, hopefully it's going to be on SouthernBigKid.com, and then we'll be BearNow.com. Sometimes we're posting at different times, and I'll, if Luke puts it up on Buddy Martin Media, we'll get it there too. So,
All right, Buddy Martin, thanks so much for joining us. And hey, glad you got your airline travesty taken care of.
just remember Ellen. She says it's like Ellen DeGeneres, not the money.
But I just don't understand why you're going to see Terry Bradshaw and I'm the one that won the bet and nobody gets to see me. I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
You get a $100 ticket if you go to
Buddy Martin, have a great Memorial Day weekend. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll get you caught up on what's going on with the big game tonight, Game 6 in the Western Conference Finals, OKC and Golden State, plus replay. Got it right last night in baseball. And it's about time because baseball's finally come out of the dark ages like all the other sports have done so many years ago. We'll talk about that. Wrapping up the Saturday Sports Page, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
See how long that girl's hair was?
Yeah.
That's just gotta be an irritant sometimes. So who do you think wins tonight?
Huh?
Who do you think wins tonight?
OKC. They better. If they want to win the series, they better.
This is Game 7 for them.
This is Game 7. This is an elimination game for both teams. I firmly believe this is an elimination game for both teams.
It's what we do every day, whether you're hosting an intimate dinner for 10 or a gala for thousands.
I'm going to make that point. I'm going to say, Luke, this is the first time that I can ever remember in the NBA, in all my following of the NBA, which limited as it is, that there's a chance we could have two Game 7s in the same series.
It's a great way to get ideas for an event and
I
experience
can't wait
yourself.
for tonight. After the whole reporter asking KD if Steph is an underrated defender and Russell Westbrook was laughing. Russell Westbrook,
He laughed.
if Steph guarded him all game, Russell would absolutely destroy Steph Curry.
Oh, yeah, because Steph Curry can't play defense.
And it doesn't help that Russell Westbrook is strong as
Yeah.
ever. And he's so explosive. He's the most explosive point guard in the league.
Superior like beer. It's taking in all life has to offer.
He most certainly is. But he's not a Hall of Famer. He's just no, he's not a superstar.
Not a
He's
superstar.
a great player.
He's just a great player.
Fewer calories.
Not a superstar.
More to look forward to. Michelob Ultra. All to live the ultra life.
Got a minute.
Enjoy responsibly. Michelob Ultra Light Beer.
And I hope Oklahoma City goes.
I was so bad last night, bro.
Yeah, why?
Oh, I haven't cheated like this in a long time on my weight loss.
Which-
I ate an entire Papa John's pizza.
Oh, God.
All 8 slices. It was one of those Works pizzas that has everything on it. Dude, it was just so good.
just couldn't keep it
All of a
up.
sudden, there was just 8 pieces gone. I'm like, fuck.
Were you just at your house or what?
Yeah. Watching the game.
Oh, that's dangerous. You weren't even paying attention to how much you were eating.
No, exactly. I'm flipping between the basketball game. During baseball commercials, I'm flipping to the basketball game because the basketball game was a blowout. So the Marlins are beating the Braves 2-0. Then the Braves somehow score 2 runs in the 5th, which is amazing because they have no offense. And then in the 8th inning, replay comes in.
About 7 minutes.
Welcome back to the Saturday Sports page. Before we get to Luke Sylvia and setting us up for the NBA Finals, the Western Conference Finals, which everybody thought was going to be the NBA Finals. Boy, how that thought process has changed. I want to talk about instant replay and how baseball got it right. Finally. You had to bring baseball in kicking and screaming to the 21st century with replay. You know that, right, Luke?
Yeah.
Kicking and screaming.
Yeah.
Last night, the Marlins and the Braves were playing. Now, as we all know, I'm a confessed Braves homer, and win, lose, or draw, I'm a Braves fan, and right now they lose a lot. But they've beaten they played the Marlins 4 times, and they've beaten the Marlins 4 times. If the Braves could play the Marlins every game, the Braves would win 100 games. they'd win the pennant if they could play the Marlins every game. So last night, the Braves are down 2-0. They scratch across 2 runs in the 5th to tie it up. And then the game goes back and forth, lots of opportunities. Finally, the Braves get bases loaded with 1 out. Little dribbler right in front of the plate. The catcher pounces on it. Throws to I'm wrong. A bunt down the third base line. Third baseman charges, grabs the ball, throws it to the catcher to get the force out at the plate. Then the catcher spins and throws to first base, and the umpire punches him out in a bang-bang play. Before baseball went to replay, the Braves are out of the inning. The Marlins are out of the inning. It's 2-2. The Marlins are coming up. Who knows what happens? The Braves challenge, because they can now. The manager for the Braves challenges. I don't even know who the manager is now. That's how bad that I am about the Braves and their management. I know Freddie Gonzalez got 5. Brought the guy up from Gwinnett, AAA Gwinnett, but I don't know his name. I know Terry Pendleton's the bench coach now.
Brian Snitker.
Brian Sitka, yeah, he was at AAA Gwinnett, the Gwinnett Braves, which is, by the way, about 25 miles from where the Atlanta Braves play. But
Gwinnett County.
Yeah, it's in Gwinnett County, which is, by the way, part of Atlanta. But
Yep.
so he challenges. They look at the replay, and it is clear on the replay that he's safe. Clear on the replay. They reverse the call, safe at first. Bases still loaded. Jeff Francoeur nails a hit to left field. The Braves score 2 runs. The Braves win the game 4-2. Because they shut the Marlins down in the top of the 9th inning and win the game 4-2. What took you so long, baseball?
This is their third year, right? This
Yes,
is the
third year replay.
of the extensive replay.
Right, this kind of replay, not just
The
foul ball.
extensive.
Right, exactly. Where they can go and get it. And by the way, it took them about, and I know we talk about speed of the game and everything, it took them about a minute to come up with that call that, yeah, he was out. Clearly he was out. I mean, clearly he was safe. It took them about 60 seconds. That's not slowing the game down. We've talked about what slows the game down. We won't go into that anymore. But baseball finally is in the 21st century, and I was glad to see it last night as I was watching one of my 90 or 75 or 135 baseball games that I watch a year.
Mm-hmm.
I also was flipping in between the Eastern Conference Finals, the LeBron James versus the Toronto Raptors.
Yep.
The LeBron Jameses won. They are now in the NBA Finals. LeBron James' 6th trip with either Cleveland or Miami, all of them back-to-back. 4 with Miami, 2 now with Cleveland. Clevelandites are thinking that we might have our first NBA championship, the first championship period in any sport since 1964. The eternal optimist. If you've seen the 30 for 30 about Cleveland and how they haven't won a championship, it's great. It's a great 30 for 30. Now we got the Western Conference Finals, and Luke, I think for the first time in my recollection in the NBA, in the history of the NBA, a 7-game series will have 2 7-games, game 7s. A 7-game series that goes game 1, game 2, game 3, game 4, game 5, game 7, game 7. Okay, because I truly believe tonight is an elimination game for both Oklahoma City and the Golden State Warriors.
It is. And Monday, if it goes that far, if the Warriors can win tonight and beat the Thunder,
the Thunder are done.
Monday is pretty much game irrelevant. That's
Right.
what I'll call it.
Yeah.
That's what I'll call it. That's what its name is now. So it's over if they go back to Oracle.
This is a game 7.
Yeah.
For both teams.
It absolutely is. And there's a lot of stuff that's changed in both teams throughout this whole series. I think it's really challenged the coaching staffs of both squads throughout this whole series. You had Billy Donovan, who made a lot of big changes, went to a small lineup to match the Warriors. And then Steve Kerr countered that with going big when Billy Donovan goes small with Oklahoma City. And I looked back at the statistics because that's as I usually do after each game, look at the team stats and see really where each team thrived. And I was looking at it. The roles were reversed here. Oklahoma City shot 4 more 3-pointers than Golden State did last game. Also, Golden State scored 48 points in the paint to Oklahoma City's 30.
How many?
48.
That may be more points in the paint by Golden State than if you added up the entire season combined.
Yeah, and it's because they brought in Andrew Bogut when Andrew Bogut and actually Maurice Spates played an incredible game. Only 9 minutes, but he scored 14 points.
Maurice Spates. How do I know that name?
Go Gators.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Maurice Spates, who people said wouldn't make it in the NBA because he left too early. Seems like he's doing pretty good.
Yeah, he's doing fine. He's about to go to another well, not about to. I got ahead of myself there.
Go to another.
I don't know what that was.
Maybe go to
'cause
another NBA.
I don't
final.
think I've ever heard. I don't think I've said Golden State's going to make the finals this series. So but you just see the roles are reversed here. You see Oklahoma City's playing Warriors ball, and the Warriors are playing Oklahoma City ball.
All right, with about 10 seconds to go, who do you see winning this game this evening?
Oklahoma City by 5.
You think Oklahoma City wins it?
Mm-hmm.
I think this is one of the most anticipated Game 6s in recent memory.
Biggest game of the year
I mean, it really is.
for all fans.
I cannot wait to see the TV ratings. I think it'll be off the charts.
It'll be incredible.
I think it really will. I'm taking Oklahoma City Thunder as well, and I think Billy Donovan gets it done. in his rookie season as a coach, and I'm not real sure he might not win an NBA title in his rookie season.
Yep, and it'll be back-to-back years with first-year coaches in the NBA Finals.
Hey, I want to thank our guest today, Buddy Martin of Buddy Sports Page and the Voice of Ocala, Chris Halley. Chris Halley, the golf pro at Ocala Golf Club, for Luke Sylvia. Well, we got a commercial running now. You forgot to put music in.
I forgot to put music in. I apologize.
See, I would clear that and just put music in if it was me.
You would clear the current commercial.
I would clear, yeah, and just put music in. I don't know if you could do I'd just do that and put a quick break in.
I got you.
That's what I would do.
Yeah, you're in all your
That's
wisdom.
what I would do.
Yeah.
But once again, for Luke Sylvia, for my guests Buddy Martin and Chris Halley, I'm Tom Schmitz. Have a great weekend, everybody. Now just put it in and let it screw everything up. I don't care.
Yeah. I don't. Oh, doing well until that point.
Yeah. How'd you forget to put music in?